First thing I try to do is be very honest when I've made a mistake, even if it's silly. Like, I'll be teaching or saying something, and they're like, "Ma'am," I'm like, "Oops, I'm sorry, I messed it up," and then I'll start again. Because if the principal can make mistakes, I can make mistakes. I also verbally tell them constantly, if we break something, just tell me. We can either fix it, we replace it, or we put up with not having it for a while, but I'm not going to take out my ruler and discipline you or yell at you. We all make mistakes. So if I break something, I say, I broke it. Sorry, guys. We will not have whatever. And what we've done is every week we have a meeting with all the kids called Mitra meter. We have a thermometer on the board. And as they do things, whether one person does something great, we reward everybody. If you help someone, we reward everybody. And if you don't, we give that nasty red cross to the whole group. And as the thermometer goes closer to the total of 400 for the year, we're going to have a pizza party at the end of the school year. No school, just have fun. And then we set up a big goal for everyone to work towards. And if you're honest with me, even if no one knows that you came to talk to me, I'll give everybody a tick because you're showing that trust. And it's happened a few times. Someone says, "Ma'am, I broke this," or someone came once, "Ma'am, please help me. I keep making fun of this other person." Okay, well, you were honest. So I wouldn't put their name, but say, someone came to me and told me something very difficult. Tick, and everyone gets a point up on the thermometer. So that's one way. Academically, what's been very useful is the fact that we don't teach them in grades, that we have everybody together. And you can see a grade 4 is at the grade 6 level, a grade 6 is at the grade 4 level. So there's no public acknowledgement of, oh, this guy is so smart and this guy is not so smart. We don't really care. You're doing your own work. You're on your own page in the book. Carry on. And then when marking, we might put the event, eventually I read X or the like, or circle. This answer's not right. Try again. And we try to balance the feedback with positive and negative. So even the kids who do that weekly presentation, we give them feedback. You were giving us your back the whole time, reading your slides. Okay, well, that's bad. But you did this very well. So next week, try working on this other thing. So instead of saying, shame on you, you did something you shouldn't have, it's let's see this as an opportunity to improve, to do something better, to set a goal for growth for everybody.
Yeah. And I think that's so important because, you might think, because you don't want the person to just be right regardless of what they say. Instead, you want to make them comfortable with being wrong and okay to take another chance at it. Because, and I mean, anybody who's sort of been an entrepreneur or tried to start a business or been in the sort of development process of anything realizes that you need to be wrong many times before you actually get to being right.
Yep.
And so you need to get all of the red crosses before you can actually get to that green tick. And it also makes being right worth so much more. Because when everybody's right, regardless of what they say, what does it even matter? What does it even matter if you are right? Because there is no value in the success. So I think
the other thing we've done, Alfie, is we put lots of emphasis on how the children, their work ethic, you might say their teamwork ethic. So when we give them their reports at the end of every term, you have their academic mark, which is comparable to what you would find in any school report. So based on your homework, assessments, and the like. And then there's another column that's your skills. So are you a team player? Are you on time for class? Are your things neat? Do you clean up after yourself? Do you put an effort into your work? And then we average that. So at Mitra, your actual mark is the average of the two. Because you could be a child who's getting distinctions, but are unbearable. You spend the whole day making fun of other people because you are so smart. You don't help anybody. Your book's a mess because you're so smart you don't need to study. So we will drop your mark a bit, because if you go out there in the real world, you won't keep a job for very long. I don't care how smart you are. And then I have the other child who is not so clever, but they work their bums off. They're the first one there. They do the fourth draft if they have to. At break, they might come in a bit earlier so that they make sure they get the seat that they want in the class. So we'll acknowledge that. So sure, your marks might be in the 60s, 50s. But since that skills mark is stronger, it actually brings your actual mark up, because that's the kind of person an employer wants. You want the hard worker who will figure it out and the like. And also what we've done is that skills mark is the one that determines the phase that you're in at Mitra. So like right now, I have the Delta phase, which is grade 7, 8, and 9. I have 2 grade 6s in there because they were so mature that they actually could live up to the challenge of a teaching method where the teacher stands further back. Since our idea is that you become more independent, with the little kids, we're very much present because it's skills that you cannot figure out on your own. How to hold a pencil, what's multiplication, what's division. So the teacher's more involved. Then you move on to the next phase where, sure, the teacher's still there. The lessons are 1 hour and more structured. But as soon as those skills are in place, we can trust you more. So then you move on to the next phase where the teacher only comes in every half hour and say, you guys okay? Do you need a lifeline? Are you coping? And then when you get to grade 10, you just set up an appointment when you need them. But to be able to reach that space, your maturity, your skill set has to be very, very strong. So in theory, I could have a grade 10 who's still in the second phase because they're just very immature. So that's what we've done. It's a way of rewarding the skills. We will not change your grade, but we do empower you by giving you a more open and more liberating learning space.